Good morning, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. I see everybody's enjoying the couple videos I posted on the Ampex videotape recovery we did on the VR-7000 that I just got done restoring. It's amazing with the emails I've been getting about this machine. I just wanted to take a few minutes this morning to walk you through the machine because I don't really cover that much on a lot of my videos about the machine itself. But I got a lot of people asking about just details about the machine and how the machine works. So I'm going to do just a quick little video to give you guys an idea how this machine works, why it's so rare, and if you're a 1960s collector, like baseball games, television movie horror host, movies, just rare TV shows that were never saved or kept in television, anything television that's pretty much 1960s, this is the machine that was available. People were able to buy these, and they had a television tuner on these, and you were able to record television right off the air. So most stuff from the 1960s, if found, will be on tapes like this from a machine like this. So let's walk you through how this machine actually works. It's a very complicated piece of equipment, kind of unique in a way, but we restored the machine fully. It plays back and it also does record. So this machine is completely rebuilt. So as you can see, I got it in its case. It's a wooden case that it sits in with like vinyl covering or whatever, with the Ampex logo on the front. What's kind of unique and nice about this machine, it has carrying handles. You see these handles, you pull them out, you can tip it on its side and you can actually carry it. These are actually carry handles. Then there's a cover, like a suitcase cover, that closes the top, which I don't have here in my living room. But as you can see, it's very easy to move around. Once you put it on its side, two people can actually carry it. It's kind of heavy, not as heavy as some of the machines I have, but it is kind of a heavy unit. If you walk around to the back, you will see it's got the cutout for the connections, but you also see it's got feet on this part of it as well. So when you flip it up on its side, when you're carrying it by the handles, you could set it down on feet so it doesn't get damaged. One thing that's unique about this machine is you got to know how it actually works. This particular machine will not work if you don't have the dummy plug in place. That's this plug right here. This actually activates the actual motor, and if you don't have that plugged in, even if you turn it on, it'll come up error because you got to have this it's like a remote plug that actually has to be plugged in for the motors to kick in. It's an actual weird thing, like an on and off type of safety plug. All right, now as you can tell in the back of the unit, it's kind of unique. It does have modulation out, so if I had a modulation color output unit that came with these, I actually could take it from a modulation out and actually play color tapes on this unit. But you have to have, there's a color unit, an external color unit that used to come with these machines, and if you actually had it, I actually could play color on this machine on an output. But obviously I don't have it. That's what that modulation out is for. You can actually use you can actually plug a color adapter to this unit. Kind of unique. Also, you got a video input here, and you got a switch that you could turn in different positions for line out, line speaker, and all that. 2 different fuses runs this unit. And also you have an XLR output for audio and input, and speaker, which is a quarter plug-in, and you got your video output here, and then your remote plug. All right, it's not real complicated, but it does have a lot of features in the back. All right, but the cool thing about this machine basically is how it loads. I get people asking me, why does it spin in the opposite direction like this instead of like normal recorders? It's because of the way it's fed around the drum, guys. When you load one of these things, you got to load it, and then the tape gets loaded in the opposite direction, and then it goes to the spool. This capstan roller in the front turns in both for tape for one direction that spins them in different directions. So it's the way the capstan's set up for the spindle, and the way it loads is why it turns in one position, to the right instead of, like this. It's going like this. And it's just the way it loads around this drum. It's kind of a weird loading. Then once you load the tape, you got to lock this in place. You see this handle here? You got those things. It locks in place. You hear that lock? It's sort of like an alpha wrap, or sort of like a Type C unit, where Type C, it actually loads and it squeezes the tape around the drum. That's what this thing does. It actually loads the tape, and then it squeezes it completely around the drum and the heads on the sides before it goes to the actual spools. It's kind of a unique machine. It's really bizarre the way this thing's designed. But anyways, that's how you load it. So it's the reason for the spindle going in the opposite way is because of the way it loads around, the tape is loaded around the drum before you load it and you lock it. Okay? Another thing people need to understand about this machine, it's pretty good quality, but it's only a one field scan, or a one video head scan. As you can see, this unit only has one video head. It does not have two. So it's a one video head playback record scan. It's kind of unique. Of course, we built a brand new video head for this unit, and the transformer that goes up on top. But it's just a one video head scan. This is your tension arm here. So when you're adjusting your drag for your tension, you use this knob right here, and this sets your tension for the drag, so you're getting proper drag on the tape from the take-up spool itself. It does record. So just to let you know, you flip these two knobs over. All right, you load your tape, and all you have to do is hit the record button, and this will light up in red. So it's kind of unique how that works. But it does record, it does play back. It's a very simple machine, but very bizarre the way they designed it, and the alpha wrap type of thing around the drum. They could have somehow made it where they could have had it load this way instead of that way, but it's in the opposite way. It's just bizarre, and it loads around the drum, and it has to always be locked. Now this is your locking feature for your two side pins, and once you load it, it locks in place. All right, and that's it. And once you got your tape loaded and you got this locked and you got the drum spinning up to speed, you hit your play button, and then your audio will come across, and you got your audio level and tracking. And here's your record features over here if you're going to record with the unit, which is not what I built the unit for. It's just for playback. But overall, it's a very, very nice early black and white machine. And if there was a color adapter, you could actually play color tapes on this thing. But you would need the color adapter that came with these Ampexes. And there was only a few color machines made, and they were made, early 70s. I mean, as far as the 60s stuff is concerned, it's probably all going to be in black and white only. I know there was a few color machines made in the 70s, early 70s, so that kind of takes it out of the 60s realm. As far as the 60s, it's all going to be black and white, pretty much. But this one here is convertible to be able to play with a color tape on it. If I had the color output connection box that these things came with, you could go from the modulation out, and you actually could play color tapes on this unit. But I've done it. It's not hard to do, but you do need the color. It's a color output converter box that's separate from the unit. But anyways, as far as 1960s, the stuff that will be found will most likely all be black and white. They made several of these models through the 60s to the end of the 60s, and they were all black and white, guys. So this is a very unique machine. So I hope you guys are enjoying some of the footage I'm posting. But like I said, this machine is completely rebuilt now, and anybody who has actual tapes from the 60s or if it was actually done on a black and white machine of these models, I can actually convert it now. You see some of the stuff I'm working on now, and I'm gonna tell you, this took 1 year and 4 months to rebuild. This has got to be the most gruesome video restoration job I have done in a long time. This is just as bad as the Cartridge machine I'm working on. But this one here, like I said, took a lot to get it where it's at. But it's got all brand new components. This is a brand new machine, literally. So, I mean, people here let you know what we do at Obsolete Video Services. We take them from very good working machines and we recover your footage the best it can possibly be done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.